So new problem, but we start the same way always. Let's handle the question sentence. So everybody here, the question sentence reads, what was cyclist B's average speed? So this implies that we might have a cyclist A, and that's all right. But everybody, when we read that, what was cyclist B's average speed? When we read that, what is another word for average speed for the math that we might be doing here? Yeah, that's going to be rate. Average speed and rate are going to be one and the same for the purpose of this problem. So let's go ahead here and write that down. We are looking for the rate, and specifically, everybody, specifically for who? Again, this is where details matter more than the numbers. We want the rate for who? For cyclist B. That's right. Let me just circle that here, circle that there, circle it again, and maybe one more time, and maybe one more time after that. We want the rate for cyclist B. Be very, very clear about that. Now, the reason I'm being so clear about that is because to solve a problem like this, we're going to need to use context, storytelling, of course. And once we get to the point where we need to calculate, we want to in an organized way, we want to be very clear about what cyclist B stuff is and then cyclist A's stuff or math is. Let's get to work here. We have two cyclists that start together and they ride in the same direction. Let me highlight that in green. They ride in the same direction for 4 hours. My party people, we have those two cyclists. Let's go ahead and just illustrate that very briefly. We have cyclist A and B. Don't know who's who yet. I don't know who's riding faster or slower, but they're going in the same direction. Then we see that the time frame that they're traveling for is 4 hours. Okay, sounds good. And then we see that it says cyclist A averages 19 miles an hour and finishes 12 miles ahead of cyclist B. Now let's lay out what we have to see how we can get a pretty creative solution here. So let me show you this. I have cyclist A and cyclist B, and let's split these two folks apart. And everybody, when we start writing information down, you tell me, the 4 hours, does that belong to cyclist A, B, or both? The 4 hours belongs to A, B, or both. Yeah, that's going to be both. Again, read the story here. It says that they ride in the same direction. They're both riding for 4 hours. So both of their time frames, yes, going to be 4 hours. So I'll write that here. And I'll write that for B as well. Next up, it says cyclist A averages 19 miles per hour. Okay, so cyclist A, the rate, that's going to be 19 miles per hour. And with that said, everybody, it says, hey, cyclist A also finishes 12 miles ahead of cyclist B. Pretty interesting information. Let me just highlight that in purple because we'll come right back to that information. My party people, let's take a look at everything we have. The goal of this problem, and it seems confusing for sure, the goal of the problem is to find the rate right over here. That's the goal. But that can be a little confusing, everybody, because you tell me, if we are trying to find the rate for cyclist B and we have the time for cyclist B, do we have enough information or are we missing something to be able to calculate this in one shot? What are we missing? What are we missing? Yeah, we're missing the distance. We're missing the distance. Remember, distance equals rate times time. Think about that. Distance equals rate times time. I have time. I'm looking for the rate. I can't find the rate if I'm also needing the distance. That's not going to work. So here's how I can make this work. Pay attention for a moment. And it's going to have to do with the purple clue right here. Everybody, tell me this. If I have the time and the rate for cyclist A, can I find the distance for cyclist A? Can I find that? Absolutely. I can absolutely find that. If I have the time and the rate for cyclist A, I can find the distance. So let's pretend that that's going to be this over here. Let's pretend that that's this distance over here. Everybody, if this purple part over here says that Cyclist A finishes 12 miles ahead of Cyclist B, is it possible then to find the distance for Cyclist B? If I knew this distance by calculation, if I found this distance, and then I subtracted the 12 miles, because again, 12 miles ahead, so let me subtract 12 to see where Cyclist B is. Oh, if I had that distance, then I can find that rate and I can be done. Notice that it's not always going to fit the same mold for every problem. You've got to get creative on some of these. But you can't get creative if you don't understand the context. Same direction allows you to subtract in this case to get that distance that you need here to figure it out. Let's go ahead and work through it here. I got you. So starting up, let's find the distance for Cyclist A. And we're going to do that by multiplying the rate times the time. That'll be 19 times 4. Let's do 19 times 4 right here on the right side. 9 multiplied by 4, that'll be 36. Carry the 3. 1 multiplied by 4 is 4. And we'll carry that 3 and gives us 7. So my party people, 19 times 4, that's going to give us 76 miles. Right there. That's the distance for the first cyclist. Pretty good. Pretty good. Now, what we have to understand, though, is that that's right over here. 76 miles. And then, everybody, look at the 12 miles ahead of Cyclist B phrase. This little quote, this little highlight. Everybody, if we're 12 miles ahead of this part here, to get to this part, we subtract 12. We subtract 12 miles. Boom. Everybody, what is 76 minus 12? What's that going to be? That's 64. Absolutely. That is 64. So allow me to grab this to make B red. And I'll say right here, that'll be 64 miles. Again, after we subtract the 12 miles, again, 12 miles ahead, we subtract that and we got 64. So we have our distance over here as 64 miles. Everybody, can we now finally calculate that rate? Yeah, finally, right? But we're good to go. In real time, with some practice, we can get this done super quickly, super smoothly. I just have to make sure I showed every step. So there we are. Distance equals rate times time. We'll plug in 64 miles for the distance. We'll plug in 4 for the 4 hours. And then we are looking for the rate. So we'll divide both sides by 4. Right there as well. Cancels out on the right side. And we'll divide 4 into 64. We can do some long division if we want to. 4 goes into 6. That'll be 1 time. Minus 4 will be 2. And then we drop the 4. 4 going into 24 gives us 6. And there we are. That'll be 16, a clean 16 with no remainder. And so the rate here would be 16 miles per hour. And that's what makes the correct answer here. Answer choice C, 16 miles per hour.